Geminis, hi! Oh, I love you guys. I'm so happy to talk to you. Hi to my Gemini friends. I know you're out there. I'm so happy you're in my life. I'm so happy you're in my life. Quickly, I am just wearing this amazing amethyst moon and amethyst earrings from Pink LUNE. 15% off. This is my girl. I love her so much. She makes amazing stuff. High quality. So I am going to leave her shop and the promo code and how to get there in the description box. Check it out. Okay, Gemini. August is a fun month for you guys. It's your third house. It's your third house. And that is communication, which you are the communicators already. And then having your house placement be Leo for communication, which is like heart and creativity and true romance. Woo! So, I always have my little notes. And the note I have for you guys is communicating and desiring and having impatience, like an antsiness for answers. So, there's a ton of energy in Leo in August. We have this, a second new moon in a row in Leo actually this year. And that second new moon is part of this eclipse that's happening on the 21st in Leo. So the sun and moon are in Leo. And then we have Mercury and Mars in Leo and the north node of the moon in Leo. There's a lot of Leo energy in this third house of communication. And there's this, you guys have been through a bit of a roller coaster the last 6 months. There's been a lot of ups and downs and interesting, people cutting at you and demanding things of you, and then you not knowing, and then learning kind of the softer side of things. And for some reason, I'm getting in August, there's just this desire to just, you just want to get out and up and on and moving. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait to find out your answers. Because there's just so much energy. It's a very fiery month, and it's very complimentary to you, and it's very playful and excited and invested. It's a great energy. It's a great energy for you Geminis. But it's funny how it's translating out, because I think a lot of you are you're just ready. I feel like you've kind of felt like you've had to play this long, slow game, and it's been really frustrating because you have so much energy and movement just inbuilt into you. And the last little while has been kind of like baby steps and soft and thinking and stepping back and looking and adjusting. And it's been kind of like, okay. And then in August, you're like, no, I'm ready. Like, I want to change. I want changes to be made. I want answers to come. I want answers to come. I want there to be clarity about what I'm doing. And I don't want to wait anymore. I don't want to do like this soft, dulcet thing where I have to sit here and think about what might be. I don't want to have to wait to find out whether or not somebody's compatible with me. I don't want to have to wait and find out if I'm going to get that job. I want that job today. Which is kind of a funny thing, because it's like, of course you can't just, feel that and then have it come, right? And so it's funny because this month I think what's great about it is that you're going to be getting really real with what you want. You're going to be getting really real with what you want. And that is going to help set the stage for everything that comes next. But it's not necessarily going to be the month where it all happens. This is going to be the month where you start communicating about it. And you start, kind of splashing around in the water and playing with it. But it's not necessarily the month where it all happens at once. So you might feel a little bit like you are itching. You're chomping at the bit, you guys. Like right off the bat, we have this 8 of Wands, which is fast movement coming in. So I think a lot of you have a lot of projects going. You have a lot of you might be having romantic things going on or new work opportunities, something, there are a lot of things moving and shaking, which is great for you. And you're like, yes, this is great. But you're wanting more. You're wanting a change. You're wanting a shift. You're wanting something that will take you into a new horizon, but you're hitting this wall. 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Interesting. Here's that blindness though. And here's the thing, here's where it's I think you're going to be feeling a little frustrated by how things are playing out this month, because while you're starting to feel the momentum and the energy and wanting to communicate what you want, there's also kind of this feeling like you're not quite sure like what you're trying to, you know you want movement, you know you want to make a change, you know you are ready to do something differently, yet you're not quite sure what the outcome is going to be. You're not quite sure what that's going to look like or why you really want it. Like, you're not really sure why you want it. You're kind of like, yeah, I want this thing. But then when you stop and think about it, you're like, but then what? But then what? Which is why it's good that it's not all coming to fruition this month, right? Because if like you just had a thought and a desire and you put it out there and then within a day you got it, a lot of those things that would come in, right, would be, you'd kind of be like, oh, yeah, I don't really want that. Whoops. Manifested it though, right? So there's kind of like this like kind of self-preservation. It's like the powers that be, the universe at large, is kind of helping you to like protect you from too quickly manifesting into situations that aren't going to serve you. So there is this kind of deadlock between these two energies, right? Going through August, you're going to be feeling this where you are ready and you want to be going, but you're not quite able to get there. And that is because you're being asked to take another look, really refine your vision and understand what it is. Because Leo, the 5th house of heart, and what you really love and value, what you really, really care about, it's your heart chakra level, is in your communication house. This is a month to really connect in with what you're communicating and what you're trying to manifest. Because the reality is, you guys, that as much as you like the movement and the fire and the fast pace and everything, what you really want is this 4 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles that came out. These energies are not flashy and quick like that mercurial energy that you guys have, that is so ready to try and experiment all the time and just, get all the pots and pans out of the kitchen and let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's go there. Let's find out. It's great. I love it. Oh, I love you guys. But in your heart of hearts, a lot of you know that you want this 4 of Wands, which is partnership that is built on something real, that is built on something that connects with you, that connects with your heart, not just your intellect, but your heart. And you know that that doesn't come from getting all the pots and pans out. It comes from taking a breath and really looking. So a lot of what is going on here for you this month is you're communicating, you're playing with your thoughts and everything. You're hitting those walls, you're getting stopped because you're being asked to refine your vision. Not only that, we have this 6 of Pentacles, which is about balance. Balance, right? It's not about the crazy chaos, but it's not about boredom either. It's about being able to communicate on a heart and intellectual level, right? In the work you do in the world and the relationships you have, and feeling fulfilled without having to make big changes and shift things around all the time. The vision here, these 2 cards are so beautiful. This is what like the really good flow of life is made of. And you're going to be finding that you're getting more in touch with this picture because of this blockage that isn't allowing you to just jump in to something that doesn't feel quite right. Or that in the moment feels great. There's this slowness. It's really funny. There's fast and slow at the same time. And I love this. I actually really love this for you guys because I do see change coming for you. I do see changes coming. I do see shifts in your life coming up. Especially by the end of the month, once we have that eclipse in Leo, it's a big, big event. Once we have that eclipse in Leo, you're going to feel less of that blockage. And you're going to start to notice that things are moving in a direction. And hopefully if you've taken the time the first 3 weeks of this month in your communication house, and you've spent the time communicating with yourself, figuring it out, writing out lists if you have to, having conversations with the people that matter that you have to, refining your vision so that you are going forward in a direction that actually really connects with you, isn't just about the experimentation. You're going to be finding that it's going to be meeting you. This Page of Wands and this King of Swords that comes out next, these are about clear communication and new beginnings and fire and passion and movement and creativity. Woo! There are people willing to meet you here. And that's why there is that protective blockage of you, because you guys are very good at manifesting. Because you have that high energy and that ability to communicate, you can very quickly make things happen around you. You can very quickly morph your landscape. And there is some kind of protective thing going on here with this Leo energy that is saying, yeah, you can morph your landscape as much as you want quickly. But if you keep doing that, you're just going to keep getting into landscapes that you only kind of like. Why don't we just take some time, look at what we got going on here, and then we can morph our landscape to have people that meet us and make us feel like we're in a good spot. Make us feel that we are understood, make us feel that we are on a track to something that we actually want. So when we ask why we want it, we can answer. This is what makes me feel alive. This is what makes me glow. This is what makes me feel that life has purpose. Right? And it's funny because, okay, once you kind of start getting met by the energy that you really do want at your deepest level, and you really do want to connect with at your deepest level, there is a funny thing that goes on here with you guys where you feel this knee-jerk impulse reaction to retract. There's a really interesting process going on here. Retract. Save your Four of Pentacles, trying to save your resources. 10 of Wands, trying to take the burden all on your own shoulders and not communicating it. Wow. So, while at the beginning of the month, you are just chomping at the bit to express yourself. And there is a crazy thunderstorm building outside while I'm recording this. So if you hear thunder, yes, it's about to break loose out there. You're chomping at the bit to go, but you have this real vision that you need to refine. But when it starts to come your way, there's some resistance going on here. Like, you're scared of actually manifesting the thing you really want. Like, you're fine manifesting all this other stuff. Manifest this, manifest that. Like, yeah, okay, I'll move here. I'll try dating this person, or I'll try doing this hobby or craft, or, moving to this house, or fine, whatever. It doesn't matter because I don't really care. But when it comes to this thing that you really care about, this thing that you really want, this is the thing you really want. It's close to your heart. You hide. You retract. You say, nope, can't do it. This is such an air sign problem. This is such an air sign problem. Because connecting with your heart is scary. It's like, no, please don't make me do that. I would like to stay up here where I can think and brew and communicate and talk. But because your communication house placement is in Leo, it's the heart, you are being asked to look at why you're blocking yourself, why you retract into being busy work and into kind of like hoarding your time and energy so that you don't feel that you have to be sharing it with this thing that you actually really want. Because you actually do really want something. And it terrifies you. That's why there's this protective slowness, because if you have the protective slowness of looking and waiting and paying attention to what you really want, as the more you kind of sit with it and commune with it inside of yourself, the more you're going to feel that you are safe in it. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's funny because the last card I have is the Emperor, and this is amazing because this is the Aries card, and it doesn't really connect with a personality so much for me as it does with the fact that Aries and the Emperor are the fiery initiators of everything. They see what they want and they make it happen. They do not spend time going back over and dissecting whether or not they should or shouldn't. They do it. They do it. They take it on. They go. And I think what's going to happen is you're going through a huge process this month. And once we hit that eclipse and once we start getting that sun into Virgo, you're going to be finding that you are putting your foot on a track, putting your foot forward on something. And it's going to, I think you're going to be finding where maybe you felt like you were kind of disparate and there was like lots of little elements. You could put your foot on that path. You could put your foot on that path. You could date that person or this person, or you could work for this company, or you could live in this house, or you could buy, or you could rent. I don't know. You had all these options, but none of them really felt like anything. I think you might be finding that suddenly you are putting your foot on a track. Like really putting your foot on a track. And whew, that's a big deal, you guys. I mean, that's, I think for anybody, that's kind of a weighty feeling to put your foot on a track and feel like you're there on it. And a lot of you, this putting your foot on a track, it's not just coming from nowhere. This is all stuff that you've been working through this year, this whole year, especially the last few months. And it's kind of culminating in the realization that you can have a bigger picture vision of where you're going. And it does connect with your heart center, which is scary. It's a kind of commitment to yourself and to your journey and what you really want. That is, when it's communicated, which there is that urge for communication, it's really strong. So, with that being said, I'm going to close out this reading because there is maybe going to be a power outage in my house. You guys, your electrical energy is like melding with this reading. So I'm going to leave my website, my email below. Please get in touch with me. I would love to work with you guys. Oh, we have so much fun working together. I'm also going to leave Pink LUNE's details below. Please get in touch with her. I will see you guys in September. Have a lot of fun with the refining of your vision for your future because I think it's going to be beautiful. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.